Why is Tesla building a supercomputer?
I'm frequently asked, why is a car company building a supercomputer for training?
That's what I asked. I really want to know, why are you building supercomputers? Okay, nobody? I'm going to tell you then. You see, I can think of many reasons why Tesla, the car company, is building supercomputers, but there are two reasons that kind of stand out to me. One of them is very obvious, and the other one not so obvious. Put on your thinking caps. If you're a long-term investor, you might want to stick around for this video because there's some important information. But first, let me lay some groundwork so we could go on this journey together. Let's get back to AI Day 2022. Tesla is being as careful as a bull in a china shop. Tesla basically dropped some crazy bombshells, and they're not even trying to hide what they're doing. The short version of it is Tesla is about to eat everyone's dinner, and the appetizer is going to be Nvidia. Let's get into it. Roll the intro. Busy Brain Club. I don't have an intro yet, but that will do. Okay, so welcome to Busy Brain Club, where thinking is free and we should do more of it. So Tesla needs more engineers as they don't have enough. Throw a brick inside a Tesla and I can guarantee you if it hits someone, it's going to hit an engineer. They got all of them. And so they're greedy and they want more. AI Day comes around, and to gain interest and attention from these engineers, the engineers you want to recruit, right? You can't just flirt with them. You have to kind of just skip the foreplay and just get into it. What I mean is, these are not the type of people that don't know what they're doing. So you have to tell them exactly what you're working on, and most importantly, you have to tell them your progress. That is what gets the juices flowing for engineers. You can't use marketing speak and all that BS because the engineer will detect it. You have to go super technical, and when you go super technical, you'll end up disclosing a lot of stuff that's may be considered proprietary or kind of top secret stuff. So when you go down that road, 90% of the population won't know what the hell you're talking about. And that's fine, because those aren't the people you're targeting. They will continue to think Tesla is just a car company. Now, in the presentation, Tesla mentions Nvidia. And listen to this clip. Take note of the part where they're speaking about the A100.
We are already able to match the A100 die for die. However, perhaps a hint of Dojo's capabilities is that we're able to hit this number with just a batch of 8 per die.
So when I first saw that clip, I didn't know what they were talking about until later on in the presentation when they said this.
What does that mean for Tesla? With the current level of compiler performance, we could replace the ML compute of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 GPU boxes with just a single Dojo tile.
So at that point, I realized Tesla is one of Nvidia's customers in the data center space, and Tesla uses Nvidia's hardware for their autopilot training simulation and their auto labeling thingy that makes the cars drive themselves. I put 2 and 2 together and I said, okay, the A100 is Nvidia's product, so let me find out more about it. So this is the A100 from Nvidia. For simplicity purposes, we're not going to go into all the specs of it because there's a gazillion of them. We're just gonna use it as a point of comparison, and we're gonna use the spec that Tesla uses in their presentation. Now pay attention to the teraflop performance at FP16. That's the one we're gonna pay attention to. If you want to know more about the technicalities of the A100, Linus Tech Tips did a video about it where he pulled it apart and then he benchmarked. So if you're into more the geeky parts of it, you can I'll leave a link in the description for that video so you could watch it. So according to the spec sheet, the A100 performance is in the realm of 312 teraflops. And they put 8 of them in this box and they call it the DGX A100 system. Calculating the performance for the system, you multiply the 312 for the individual card times the 8 of them that's in the box. And you get a number of 2,496 teraflops. bear with me. Let's keep going. To be clear, this is a disclaimer. In the real world, these numbers generally would not scale linearly. You'll also see a discrepancy in the numbers as I crunch the figures later on. Okay, so now we have for each box, we got each system got 2,496 teraflops in a single DGS A100 system. These systems are then put in a rack, and from what I researched on the internet, they'll put 5 in a rack, right? And they call that the DGX AI Datacenter. So we take the number, the 2,496, times that by 5, which is 5 in the rack, and we get a possible teraflops of 12,480 for each data center. So now we're going to convert it to petaflops, so we have a smaller number and it's easier to visualize. So the 12,480 teraflops is approximately 12.5 petaflops. It only costs $1 million each, and it seems Tesla has 72 of them. So if you multiply this 72 times 12.5 petaflops, you'll get 900 petaflops. So now we're gonna, the number we need to remember is 900, and that is what we're gonna use to compare Tesla's Dojo cabinet. Now let's take a look at Tesla's data center rack, or what they call a Dojo cabinet. Tesla has redesigned compute architecture to facilitate scalability and bandwidth. It all comes together in some witchcraft kind of way. They called the base of the system the training tile, which is basically a bunch of CPUs they like put together, and it creates crazy performance. Now each training tile can compute FP16 at 900 teraflops, which is 9 petaflops. They arrange these training tiles in 2x3 grid, and they call it a tray. So 6 training tiles would give you FP performance of 54 petaflops. They put 2 of these in each Dojo cabinet, and that gives you a figure of 108 petaflops in the Dojo cabinet. To get to 900 petaflops that's in the Nvidia compute cluster, you would need 9 Dojo cabinets to give you a total of 972 petaflops, which is more than the Nvidia system. So 72 Nvidia racks gives you 900 petaflops. You only need 9 Dojo cabinets to get 972 petaflops. There's a difference between my result and Tesla's calculation. If you account for performance loss when you try to scale Nvidia's system, Tesla says they only need 4 Dojo cabinets to equal the processing power of the 72 Nvidia racks. I don't expect Nvidia's architecture to scale as well as Tesla. Okay, so I just blurted out like a bunch of numbers. What does it actually mean? This is the not so obvious part. You see, a person will look at this and think it's fine. Tesla is vertically integrating their compute infrastructure. They don't want to be hampered by third-party entities or whatever it is. Tesla just made a breakthrough in computer architecture. Let's be clear on that. One that hasn't happened in decades. I'm talking from the 80s. And they use words like radical. And from my perspective, it is. Tesla is on track to have the fastest supercomputer on the planet. If you think Tesla is going to do all of this R&D and not try to sell data processing to whoever needs it, you have lost your mind. In my opinion, this is Tesla's new revenue opportunity, and investors go jerk yourselves off. How am I so sure? Well, damn, they said they're gonna build, how much of them? What, 5, 6, 10? I forget. There's no way Tesla needs all this data processing for themselves. Well, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. I want to know your opinion. If there's any computer architecture smart people that watch this video, let me know what's going on. Does a car company really need this much data processing? I want to hear your opinions. Leave it in the comments. I read all of them. I'm working on another video, a follow-up video to this, because this thing gets real deep. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter. I'm trying to get my tweets going. I'll see you in the next video. All right, take care.